Gundam Build Fighters franchise was first announced, I wholly believed that it was going to be the death of the Gundam anime franchise. And lo and behold, it's turned into one of my favorite aspects of Gundam, and I absolutely love the first season of Gundam Build Fighters. Gundam Build Fighters Try, while not as good as the first season, was still entertaining as shit. And you know what? They know it was entertaining because they decided to give us a brand new anime special. That's right, I'm here to review Gundam Build Fighters Try Island Wars, the sequel to the second season of Gundam Build Fighters, which brings back all of the classic characters from the second season, including some brand new ones who are connected to key characters from the first season. At its core, Gundam Build Fighters is an epic toy commercial, but it actually manages to have some pretty enduring characters and some great production value behind it. Not to mention a surprising amount of heart. That and the fact that it doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's the beauty of Gundam Build Fighters. Unlike the other Gundam anime series, it can have some damn fun. It doesn't always have to be about war and killing each other, but it definitely has a lot of the tropes of some other classic anime franchises, such as shipping wars, and I'm not really into that all that much, but basically the big joke of this episode is that we get some of the key characters from the second season stuck on this island, and a lot of them just so happen to be females who are completely obsessed with Sekai. That's right, Sekai has officially returned. And he is not alone, he's brought his friends with him, his potential love interest Fumina Hoshino, and of course everybody's favorite neurotic character Yuma Kosaka, who tried his best to get away from his friends in this episode so that he could spend some time with Sekai's sister Mirai. And frankly, who can blame him? Hell, I would love to be a PA on a beach if I got to hang out with her all day. We're also joined by fan-favorite characters like Gyanko, Shia Kijima, and Minato. So think about that for a second. You have Shia, you have Gyanko, and you have Fumina all on a tropical island with Sekai. The shenanigans ensue! Honestly, it's just sort of the stuff that you would expect. Lots of ridiculous happenstances, lots of people falling on each other looking like they're about to kiss, blah 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 blah. We've seen this in other anime before. Let's talk about the robots kicking the shit out of each other. So the main story here is that Yajima Labs is creating this brand new form of Plasky Particle, the particle that brings the Gundam models to life so that they can kick the shit out of each other. This Mark II Plasky Particle apparently is just allowing the Gundams to become more dynamic than ever, and they're using this brand new Gundam, which is known as the Scramble Gundam, as their test subject. At the beginning of the episode, these scientists are working with this Gundam and demonstrating the power of the Plasky Particle, but it's so powerful that it goes out of control and actually manages to break through glass. This combined with the fact that there's also this mysterious and very familiar-looking girl on the island who seems to be connected to all of these events. So Niels Nilsson, the samurai boy from the first season, has to return and try to figure out why things are constantly going awry. While all of this is going on, they've decided to invite some premier Gunpla Build fighters to come to the island so that they can test out the brand new battle system. And in fact, the episode actually opens up with a battle at the Nationals with Team Tri-Fighters going up against Gyanko and her team. I love the fact that Gyanko has a brand new Gunpla. Of course, it is a expanded version of her original Gyan. It's now known as the Gyansalot, which is just such an amazing name. But I love the look of it, the regal appearance, the long flowing cape. Not to mention it also has this kick-ass spear which opens up at the tip and actually turns into the symbol of Zeon before it unleashes this wave of pure destruction. You get to see all of that and more in this week's episode. Not to mention, of course, we have Team Tri-Fighters returning with their tried and true Kameki Burning Gundam, the Lightning Gundam Strider, and the Star Winning Gundam, and they even have a brand new Star Winning Road, a winning road technique which you will not be able to see until the very end of this episode, but trust me, it's definitely worth the wait. It's gloriously golden. So Fumina and Sekai go to the island, and it just so happens that this is also the island that Yuma was going to while he's working with Mirai on one of her photo shoots. All the characters come together, shenanigans ensue, and everybody's about to party and have a great time. That is until suddenly there's this big accident in the Yajima Labs, which causes this Plasky Particle to start going out of control, very similar to what happened at the finale of the first season of Gundam Build Fighters. And just like that season, they're going to have to solve the problem the same way. by flying through with her gunpla and kicking all sorts of ass. This is basically just an excuse for fan service and for seeing a lot of really cool mecha action. And you know what? I have zero problems with this whatsoever, because every single new character has a slightly different gunpla, and there's even some brand new techniques here, and even some unexpected characters show up to fight in this episode. Mirai even decides to jump in with her bear guy, and her friend Satomi even joins in as well, using this cuter, smaller version of the bear guy as well that rides on the back in the backpack. We've seen that in the previous season, but what we do have in this episode is getting to see that cuter, smaller version of the bear guy using the weapon of Gundam Barbatos in this episode. It is freaking awesome. I was really hoping we were going to see some Iron-Blooded Orphans references, and that's just one of the hundreds of references seen in this episode of Gundam Build Fighters Tri-Island Wars. So let's just go through the lineup and go through all of the cool brand new techniques. The Kamiki Burning Gundam. This thing is awesome. It's basically a variation of the Burning Gundam that we saw, the Build Burning Gundam from the second season of Gundam Build Fighters. However, it's got a brand new, sleeker look to it. It's also got a brand new absorb system. Not to mention, I love that Kami symbol that's up on its chest, which can fire a beam of pure destruction. You have the Star Winning Gundam, which is essentially just the same. It can transform. And then you have the Lightning Gundam Strider, which has a brand new super powerful laser, which is just fantastic. When you have this great scene between both the Star Winning Gundam and the Lightning Gundam Strider fighting against these two different versions of the Psycho Gundam from Zeta Gundam, it's fan-freaking-tastic. I love it. Not to mention that Kamiki's Burning Gundam now also has another new ability, which fires this massive fist of fire, which just crashes right through the Burning Gundam. It's satisfying as hell. But Team Tri-Fighters are not the only cool characters in this episode. You also have Minato, who's using a brand new form of the Double Zeta, basically what you would expect, just with a lot of firepower behind it. You also have Shia, who's using a brand new form of the Double O Quantra, which is essentially themed to look like a cat. She's even wearing a brand new hoodie with cat ears. If you're into that kind of thing, it's super adorable. And as I said, Gyanko, of course, has her Gyansalot, and they're going to be fighting against a lot of random and really cool gunpla in this massive facility, which conveniently, of course, also spawns a lot of really cool-looking battlefields. So you're going to get a lot of really intense action in this one. And then it all comes to a head at the very end of the episode when they battle against the Scramble Gundam, which is now, like, assimilated with these Plasky particles and is even more powerful than it can ever. It can actually open up multiple portals, and it utilizes all of the super-powered beam weapons from multiple Gundam universes. I especially loved when they saw that for the first time in Minato saying, "Celestial Being!" with a big colony laser and the ships and everything firing. It was a great reference, and Gundam fans are totally gonna eat that stuff up. But of course, it's gotta all end with a big, flashy super attack, and that's exactly what Team Tri-Fighters do. They finally display their brand new attack, their brand new Winning Road. The brand new Winning Road utilizes a Plasky particle gate, which the Kamiki Burning Gundam stands in front of. And then you have Yuma and Fumina use their Gundams. They fly through and they transform into pure Plasky energy, and they go inside of it, powering it up. Now, this alone is really awesome. It's a fantastic scene, and it really shows how far their combination techniques have come. But this episode decides to turn it up to 11 a little bit when all of the other side characters decide to fly through the gate as well. And not only does it power up the Kamiki Burning Gundam, you even get to see different portions of its body are reflected in the way its power looks, like with its leg being covered in all of this grass and trees and all this dark energy coming out of its shoulders. Every part of its body is resonating with the power of his friends, but it also summons a massive golden Gundam, which is known as the Superior Dragon, which is essentially a giant version of an SD Gundam. It even has the SD Gundam face, and basically it moves in sync with the Burning Gundam, and they're able to destroy the Scramble Gundam with this gigantic, massive, and super awesome destructive punch. And I didn't even mention the scene where the Kamiki Burning Gundam actually punches a colony and destroys it. Yeah, there's a part where the battlefield transforms into a city, and the Scramble Gundam is trying to use a colony to drop on everyone, and when they assimilate all of Team Tri-Fighter's power, he just does this like badass Shoryuken-style punch, and it destroys the colony, just turning it into particles. It's great. I mean, there are so many fantastic moments in this episode. I can't talk about all of them. What I will say is, if you haven't seen it, check it out. The action scenes are totally worth it. So, of course, they destroy the Plasky particle crystal. Everyone is saved. And we also get to learn some really big information about this mysterious girl who is connected to this Gundam. Apparently, she's just always wanted her very own Gunpla. And they realize, well, let's just show her how to make one. So the episode ends with them making her a brand new Gunpla, which is another one of those cute little bear guys, but she can't hang out for long, she has to go home. It's at this moment of the episode that I was like, holy shit, there's a reason why this girl looks so familiar. She suddenly starts to turn into particles and disappears herself, and she goes away to Arion, the home planet, or actually the home colony of freaking Reiji. And it just so happens that this girl is the daughter of Reiji and Ayla Jyrkiäinen. That is right. In this short amount of time, they have actually had a daughter. I'm not sure how time passes on Arion, but this is a really big deal, and it connects things heavily to the first season of Gundam Build Fighters, and I really hope it's a preview to the possibility of another special, or even a third season of Gundam Build Fighters. So what's the rundown on Gundam Build Fighters Tri-Island Wars? For fans who just want more Gundam Build Fighters, check this one out. It's super exciting. It's also goofy as all hell. I have to say that it wasn't a perfect special. There were a lot of moments that I wish they could have trimmed down. Basically, all of the moments with Sekai and all of the female characters, it just feels like stuff that I've seen before. But everything else really worked, and the characters' personalities still managed to shine through. That and the fact that despite the fact that this is a glorified model kit commercial, still manages to have some amazing action sequences and a lot of heart behind it. And that's one of the best things about Gundam Build Fighters. That and the fact that it does a great job of actually connecting things to the first season by learning that apparently Reiji and Ayla got busy and had a daughter. That's a pretty damn big deal right there. I knew when I saw her, my first thought was, wow, she looks a lot like Ayla, but that's definitely not Ayla. She's really young. I can't even choose a favorite moment from this episode. There were so many great action moments and lots of great references to Gunpla lore, not just in the actual action itself, but even in some of the dialogue. So hardcore Gundam fans are definitely going to love all of that. What I will say is, this was a great special, and I really hope we get more like this in the future. Even if we don't get a third season, if I had one special a year, I'd be pretty damn satisfied, especially if they even decide to start utilizing more of the characters from the first season. I still want to see Sei and Reiji again, like even more than any of the other characters, just to see them maybe even interact with Team Tri-Fighters. Like, I think that's going to be a big moment for the series. So, otherwise, this was a great special. I'm not sure I can give it a score, but I can certainly give it a recommendation to all Gundam fans, especially if you enjoyed Gundam Build Fighters. And for those who didn't enjoy Gundam Build Fighters, watch it anyway if you're a Gundam fan, because you're going to see some references that you're at least going to get a couple of chuckles out of. Not to mention, the action scenes just look great. So if you're looking for some awesome mecha battles, this is the one for you. So there it is. That's my thoughts on this brand new Gundam Build Fighters special. But before you guys leave today, I want to hear from you guys. What did you think of Gundam Build Fighters Tri-Island Wars? Did you have a favorite Gunpla from this episode? A favorite scene? Did you like seeing the return of Team Tri-Fighters and all the great side characters from the second season? What do you want to see in the future of Gundam Build Fighters? Please tell me in the comments section below. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you for watching this review. One of the easiest ways to help support my channel is to simply like our videos, share them with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll see all of our latest videos as they are released. Thank you guys again for watching. And as always, stay dandy, baby.